America, how we doing today? For today's episode, we have a special guest here, Russ from RVerTV, and this is Russ, and he's known as Mr. Quartzsite. He pretty much knows everything about Quartzsite and the surrounding areas. So, he has a YouTube channel called RVerTV. So, tell us real quick about your channel.
RVerTV, if you haven't subscribed, do it. It's an RV travel channel. I focus mainly on destinations, old towns, ghost towns, mining, that kind of thing. I have a 4x4, run around Quartzsite and all over the back trails. So I've been exploring down. I love the desert. I love the beauty of the desert, the mountains, the colors, and all that. So check out the channel. So.
Yeah, you weren't always around Quartzsite, were you? I mean, when you first started out, you were traveling just all over the West, weren't you?
Right, I traveled all over, but Quartzsite since 2004 has actually been my home base. I used to be a vendor there at Tyson Wells, way before YouTube, way before anything, but I was a full-time RVer back then. I've been full-time RVing Stan for 16 years now.
Oh, okay. All right.
So a long time.
Just so in case you don't know, Tyson Wells is a big flea market there in Quartzsite. Is that right, a flea market?
Yeah, they're the largest outdoor winter market in the country. The Big Tent, Tyson Wells, actually the entire town of Quartzsite.
They're not there all year long.
No,
it's just in the winter months. During the summer, everybody kind of leaves.
Right.
How big is Quartzsite during the summer?
But population is a little over 3,000.
3,000 in there during the winter?
During the winter, it can go from 500,000 up to 1 million.
Wow. And it's all snowbirds, for the most part.
Yeah.
It's snowbirds and some of like with me and the van and everything, the van dwelling types. Anyway, we went for a trip today, and we went up north. What was that mine we went to?
That was called Sunset Marble Mine.
I've never seen the reflectives on this before.
But yeah, that's granite. Yeah.
I got my sunglasses on. That's really shiny. I took my sunglasses off, man. That's really shiny.
Yeah.
You crush that down. Is there some kind of mineral in there they can use? Or?
I have no clue.
Oh, what is this?
Okay. So, what are they?
I found this. It's granite. This is granite.
That's my beer bottle.
He has to ruin my video. So, what kind of a mine is this?
This is a granite mine.
It's not a gold mine.
Not a gold mine.
They're getting granite for what? Like for
countertops, granite.
Oh, it's big slabs.
Yeah, big slabs. You can see over there in the hillside.
Okay.
That's where they're taking it out of.
Oh, all right.
And see these big chunks?
Yeah.
Then they'll cut it. Yeah.
And they cut it with a diamond saw or a chain, a diamond chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were coming to a gold mine. You surprised me.
Yeah. Well, it's a golden. I'm sure there's gold in the hills.
Well, the sign back here said what? Sunset Marble.
Marble mine.
Yeah, I thought that was just the name of it. Everything's gold around here. So, if it's if it's a granite mine, why do they call it a marble mine?
I don't know.
You're supposed to know these things,
okay.
Mr. Quartzsite.
And also, all those trails, there's old mining shafts, there's mine claims, it's mining central up there. It's beautiful country.
That's what Quartzsite's kind of was discovered or became, that's why it came into being, is because of all the quartz. And apparently quartz is, where there's quartz, there's usually gold.
There's gold.
Okay, what about things like silver, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, you bet. There's all kinds of silver. Okay. Silver, there's a lot of different precious minerals that people mine throughout all those hills too, besides just gold.
Yeah, remember, I used to run Dallas to LA, and I come through Quartzsite twice a week, going back and forth across there, and I didn't know anything about this stuff. I thought Quartzsite was strictly a gas town. We need a gas station somewhere along here, so they've got to put a couple gas stations for. I guess that's not Route 66. What's the old highway coming through?
60.
Highway 60.
It would have been Highway 60.
Route 60 going east and west there. And I just figured that was a place for a gas station, whatever. And come to find out, after I got out here and started coming out to Quartzsite for just get-togethers and stuff with my friends, Pat has that four-wheeler, and he'd take us off into the woods. And my God, I had no idea there were so many gold mines and gold claims. I mean, active stuff too.
Oh yeah. There's active mines going today.
And then for all the RVer type people that come down, what's the electronic gizmos?
Metal detecting.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge hobby. Yeah, and you're into that, aren't you?
Yeah, and yes, and Quartzsite also has their own metal detecting club.
Yep.
And for $20 a year, you can sign up, and you have access to over 400 acres.
Oh, wow.
To
Then
go
is there gold on it, or has it already been picked clean?
No,
Still gold out there?
yeah, every time the monsoon rains in the summer will wash it out of the hills.
Yeah. When we were on the buggy earlier, you said there was a, what do you call it, what's the wash that comes down through Tyson Wells? Tyson Wash?
Tyson Wash.
Okay, there's a wash that comes down through there, and I remember, I don't know how many years ago it was, you were down there, there was this huge rain up in the hills, and you were sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden this big rush of, it wasn't a rush, it was just kind of a slow, almost like a mudslide or something, coming through with all these dead branches and everything. It's a flash flood.
Yes.
And you caught it on tape, and it's, how long ago was that?
Oh, that's several years ago, and I used to wait, you know, and I always knew if it had to rain extremely hard for 3 to 4 hours, then I knew it would flood.
Yeah.
And if it did that, I'd be out there with the cameras, drone, and everything else.
Yeah, you're big. I remember you when I first met you a couple of years ago. You were telling me how you used the drone to help. You're almost the mayor of Quartzsite. You're not city council.
Really.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No,
Okay.
No,
you ought to be.
No politics.
You ought to run. You ought to run. But you were telling me how behind the Love's truck stop there was it was kind of a car junkyard. He had all the old classic cars out front for sale, but behind it was a junkyard. And and some bad guy got back here, and you used the drone to help the police fish him out.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Quartzsite Police Department, Chief Ponce at the time we were really good friends. And I had the big drone. I had the unique Q500. And anyway, to make a long story short, there was a stabbing at the dollar store, and this guy took off, and he hid out in the desert overnight. And they tracked him down behind Love's. And they asked me to come out, and basically what I did with the drone was show him where he wasn't.
Okay.
I was able to cover a huge area, and so one cop stood there with the radio with the drone, and he was telling the other, no, he's not in that section.
You can go around behind the Buick, and that's clear.
Right,
over there.
I covered a massive area that they couldn't, and they had a dog out, and we caught him within an hour once the drone went up.
Yeah, I'll be darned.
Yeah, and that made national news. That one.
So, now, see, we're trying to think where to go with this. You want to talk any about your past history, like you're from Montana or something like that? Where's you originally from?
Well, I was born back east, but I lived in California for over 30 years.
Okay.
And California was more home than anywhere.
Oh, okay.
And my daughter was raised there and everything. And I left there in 2005. Well, actually in 2004, I'll take that back, to go back east, take care of my dad. He ended up in a nursing home. And that's how RVing started for me, because when I was back there, I bought a small motorhome to stay in.
Was that the first one I saw you in?
Yeah, that was an old...
Well, you had a name on it. I forget.
Spirit.
Spirit.
But anyway, I had that back there, and I stayed in it. And I lived in that thing for a year and a half in the cold winter. Yeah. And after he passed away, I was heading back to California to get back to life. And I'm driving that motorhome cross country.
Just kind of a light bulb went off. Huh?
Yeah, and about halfway across country, I go, I've lived in this thing for over a year, and I think I'll keep it.
Yeah, it's cheap. You don't have to. Yeah, it's a whole lot less than buying houses.
So I never did make it to California. I ended up in Montana.
Good. That's a good thing.
I went up there for a month just to unwind from all that turmoil back there, and with my dad. Anyway, to make a long story short, I met these RV park owners. They go, hey, you want a job? And I go, yeah, kind of. I need a job. And 8 years later, I still work for them.
Like maintenance guy or something?
Yeah, I started off in maintenance, mowing lawns, and then I went into park management. I was an RV park manager for 4 years. And then they sold the park, and life went on.
Okay. All right. So that started your RV traveling around, and somewhere you decided to make a YouTube channel. How did that come about?
Well, YouTube... I was an amateur photographer most of my life. Ever since I was a little kid, I always took pictures. And I love pictures. I love sunsets and all that, and I was really into it. And when my daughter was little in the 80s, I had the big, massive video cameras and all of that, and I videoed everything. And so I always kept that stuff. And then I was watching some YouTube and seeing some other RVers do it, and I made up a couple of videos about, one was about Quartzsite and one was up in Montana, beautiful lake and all that. And a good friend of mine said, these are too good not to be seen.
Right.
And I go, oh, whatever. And she goes, no, I dare you to post one on YouTube. So I posted it on YouTube, and it got 1,000 views in 30 days.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
My first video.
First video. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
my first video got like 18 views. Now it's gotten more over the years.
Yeah.
People go back. You know, I want to see
Yeah.
how stupid he was the
Yeah.
first time he did one. Yeah, it's still out there. You can
And
go
that was
back.
the one about Montana. That
Yeah.
was a beautiful lake
Yeah.
out there, and I had the drone and I flew it because I've been flying drones since 2012.
Okay.
And anyway, make a long story short, I captured it, and it didn't go much over 1,000, but it had 1,000, and that's how YouTube started. And then I kept posting more. Then I actually created a RV travel, you know, and it morphed into this.
When it comes to YouTube, do you notice that the prettier the scenery, the easier the story is to tell? I mean, there's some places you go to. I went to Alaska, and
Yeah.
it was just so easy to make videos because it's just
Right.
everywhere you looked was gorgeous. And you know, you get stuck someplace, and like at home during COVID, I'm sitting around the house and I can't
Right.
come up with an idea to save my butt, you know,
Right.
for content. So,
Well, you
different
know,
areas lend themselves well, don't they?
you know the old saying, Stan, a picture says 1,000 words.
There you go. Yeah.
So if you put a pretty picture out there, you don't have to say anything.
Right.
You know, that speaks for itself. And most people want to see that
Yeah.
because they're living their lives. And maybe I've had people say, hey, I'm stuck in my high rise at my office, or I'm a security guard in an oil field, or, you know, I'm stuck at home. I can't travel anymore because of health reasons.
Well,
And we live through those sceneries, and they
I
love it.
I think you and I probably make videos for a lot of the same reasons. When I'm making a video, I'm thinking of that. Just there's several people. Just for instance, there's this, let's say, a secretary living in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
and she gets up and goes to work. You know, travels through rush hour traffic, goes to work.
Yeah.
And sits in a cubicle all day long, or whatever, and then sits in traffic, comes home, and she's sitting in her house by herself with nothing to do, and whatever. And my video is I try to make my video talking to her, saying, "Hey, live vicariously through me until
Right.
you can do it yourself."
Right.
You know, or somebody that can't for the rest of their lives, they're not, they'll never be able to do it. That's kind of when I'm making a video, I try to think of that kind of a person. You know,
Right.
my mom, for instance, she's sitting at home, they don't go do very much, you know. So I try to make a video for my mom, thinking, hey, she would enjoy this, and
Yeah.
you know. So and that motivates me also to keep it all clean, and you know, the shoots and the darns kind of I try to edit those out, you know, here. But I try to make videos for people like that. So I mean,
Well,
is
yeah.
that kind of the same with you then?
Oh, exactly. And it's all about the viewer. It's not about me. You don't see me on camera because I don't want to be there. I want the viewer to see what I see.
Yeah, he's the
It's
master.
like you're riding with me in the passenger
Yeah,
seat.
he's the master of voiceover. yeah. The way he'll go out and take all this video and then come home while you're editing, you just
Yeah.
voice over it, right?
Most of it.
Most of it.
Sometimes I do talk on camera,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's mainly voiceover. Yes.
Okay. So if you want to know anything about Quartzsite in any of the area, I mean, how far of a range do you have?
Well, wintertime I'm usually in southern Arizona, you know, which is Lake Havasu, Quartzsite, Yuma area, and those type places. But during the summer, summer, I travel.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and last summer I did, even in COVID, with the virus, I did 14 states. So
You're spreading the COVID.
yeah. I'm a
You know
super
they're going to get
spreader.
comments about
Oh
that.
yeah, but no, it was very safe. But I ended up at Sturgis, which was national news. But anyway, it turned out well, and basically I didn't focus on what was open. I didn't focus on something that wasn't open.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't care. I just focused on scenery,
Positive. Keep it positive. Yeah.
and also I avoided people.
Right. There you go. With your vehicles and everything, what you got a big motorhome, big Class A?
Yes.
Now, is that what you travel around in?
No, I travel in this Mercedes here. that I
Okay,
got
yeah. He's got this
2019.
all built up on the inside
Yeah.
and everything. So the motorhome just stays here?
Yeah,
in Arizona?
anymore. It got costly to run that motorhome around, and you had one.
Yeah.
You know what it is,
Yeah.
and
They're not costly to run, they're costly to repair.
right,
So,
both,
yeah.
yeah, tires, everything.
Yeah,
But no, and also the motorhome, you're restricted. It's almost 40 foot. You can't get into a lot of campgrounds. You're more of the RV park type traveler, and the van is perfect. The van I can get in and out of almost any access, anywhere on the coast, mountains, small
So this,
campgrounds.
you have a trailer, you just put your buggy on the back of this and drag it around?
Right, right.
Okay.
If I take
You
the
have to take the
four-wheeler.
buggy? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a pretty, that'll wet your whistle and, or what's the phrase I'm looking for? Tempt your fancy,
Yeah,
or however,
yeah,
to go
yeah.
over and check his channel out.
Thank
It
you.
is RVerTV.
Yep.
And this is the new sticker.
Yes.
I had the old sticker that
Yeah.
I've got on the van. He
Yeah.
comes, oh, we got to update that. And puts another sticker there beside it. So it's RVerTV. He drives around. This is the big long Mercedes,
Yes.
170 wheelbase long Mercedes, and he travels around and just go check his channel out and everything, and we'll be watching. So yeah, RVerTV. Oh, real quick, you were going to do something on was it Hulu or?
Oh yeah.
Roku?
If you want to watch RVerTV, it's already. I have a TV network on Roku. There's over 200 videos on Roku, and sometime this spring, Amazon Fire Stick will start up, and hopefully by the end of the year, Apple TV, and it'll all be RVerTV travels on all those networks.
I knew the Roku. I didn't know about all the other stuff. So
Yeah,
you're really spreading it out.
it's
yeah.
work in progress,
Very
but
good.
yeah, I'm working hard at it and real proud of it, and people seem to be enjoying it. Like on Roku, there's over 24,000 homes now that have installed my channel. And
Yeah, you keep this up, you might be the next Mike Rowe on
Yeah.
Deadliest Catch. You just
I
never
don't know about that,
And I can be a guest on your TV show. There you go.
I'll take his paycheck.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, well, thank you, Russ. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
and
Stan.
have a good one. And go check him out. RVerTV on YouTube, RVerTV on
On
Roku.
Roku.
And you have a website?
Yes, RVerTV.tv.
.tv, not
Yes,
.com?
Not .com,
Very good.
.tv.
All right, very good. So what is...
That's nothing.
That's nothing. Okay. I was like, well,
That's his
anyway.
equipment.
All right, well, good enough. Y'all have a good one. Take care.
Thank you. Cool.
Anybody have any clue what this is? I'm sorry the sun's not going to be right for you, but Greasewood GC. Any idea? Golf club. Russ, can you tell us about this? What do you know?
This is the Quartzsite Country Club.
Uh-huh.
It's called Rock and Chip.
Right.
Bring your own clubs.
break your own clubs.
Yeah, break your own clubs.
Oh, we are. Now, somebody put this as a joke, or is this?
No, this is a real deal. A lot of people come out here and play all the
and
time.
really play.
Really play.
Is there a greens fee?
No,
Is there a rock fee?
no. Just watch out for snakes, man.
Oh, be darn! This
Yeah.
is fun. I'm gonna walk out and check one of the greens out. This is funny. Here's the bench. There's a bench over here. This is funny. We're driving along and there's a red flag out here, and he says, "That's the golf club." I'm like, "Oh, ha, funny. What's a lot of flags out?" He goes, "No, really, this is the golf club." Hole 1, par 2. Let's see. Greasewood Golf Club. Hole 1, par 2, yards 112. And you set up right here somewhere. Actually, there's the concrete solo cup, another concrete solo cup, and there's the green way up here. It's what you'd call a short course. I'm getting a laugh out of this. My dad would tell me out in western Kansas they have golf courses, and the greens, there's no grass, it's just sand, and they just smooth the sand off and you putt on it. And I'd have never guessed this. This is funny. I have to come out here with a golf club and play around. So you get your ball out here. And you got a chip up on it. You're hitting all these rocks with your clubs. So you don't want to bring your brand new pings out here. So here we're about 100 foot or 100 yards and about 112. And this is the green. They've notched out a little area. There's no hole. I think you just tap you hit the ball, and if it taps that, you've sunk the hole. Oh, that's funny. There they are, 112 feet away, or 112 yards away. And that's hole 1. Hole 2 starts right over here, goes over to the flag. Oh, this is funny. Let's see if I can find any more information about this. Okay, get back here to Russ.
Okay.
Now, what? Who owns this? Or I mean, is it city council or something?
No, this is all BLM land. A lot of people came out, volunteered, and put this together, and it's really just neat, something neat to really do.
Just a golf enthusiast.
Yeah.
So nobody owns it. It's BLM land.
Yo, it's all BLM.
And somebody, you know, just renews the flags whenever they get old.
Yeah, they just take care of it on their own. It's just something cool to do.
Right. Well, it's a funny thing to do. I love playing golf.
Just bring old clubs, because you're gonna ruin
like I said, you don't want to bring your brand new pings out here.
No,
Yeah.
but old clubs, and all the holes are only like 100 yards.
Right.
And
Now
you really don't putt them. You know, you just get close to the hole.
You hit the pole. You hit the pole.
Yeah.
You know, hit the ball, hit the pole, and you're done. Yeah. So, okay. I didn't know maybe the city council or something like that. You know, sponsored this or something.
No. There's no sponsor, but it's sponsored by volunteers and all that.
All right, we're all getting hungry. You got any place we're gonna go eat?
We're gonna go eat the Sunset Grill.
Sunset Grill. All right. Where we're going? Later. Just when you think it isn't gonna get any better, we're driving a half mile down the road, and here's Quartzsite has 2 golf courses. Quartzsite golf course, Rush Signs and Graphics. Golf, they actually have tournaments. Golf tournament every Saturday at 9 o'clock. 2-person scramble, $5 entry fee, free beer and pop. All are welcome to play. And we pulled up, and there's actually people playing right now. That just, you can't write this stuff. You cannot write this.